Hi, welcome to Math Lesson 90. Today we have another easy lesson. We're talking about subtracting, I almost said adding, subtracting fractions with common denominators. That means they have the same denominator. So remember, there are two parts to a fraction. You have the number at the very top, which is called the numerator. Did you remember that? If you did, good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. And what's the bottom number called? Denominator. Very good. So the numerator and the denominator. So when I want to add or subtract my fractions, they have to have the same denominator, because our rule is that you add or subtract the numerator, but keep the denominator the same. So watch as I do this example that's at the top of your page for today, which is 79 to 180. Looks like that. Okay, so the rule is that I subtract my numerators and keep the denominator the same. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Good job. So 2 is my numerator. And since my denominator for my fractions is 7, it stays the same as 7. Very good. Okay, let's try another one. But this one we're going to be doing together in your book. So look at number 1. This is letter A. And you see there they have a circle that shows the fraction 2/3. And then you see they've colored one of those 2/3 a slightly different color to show you that you're taking away that 1/3. So what do you have left? Well, let's see. 2 minus 1 is 1. Very good. And what's my denominator? 3. Excellent. Not 0, because we don't change the denominator. It stays the same. All right, let's try letter B in your book. 4/5 minus 3/5. So you can subtract horizontally or vertically. It doesn't matter. 4/5 minus 3/5. 4 minus 3 is 1. Good job. What's our denominator? 5. Excellent. Okay, I want to skip over to letter E. You need to do letter C and D on your own. Letter E is 11/15 minus 4/15. Well, it's still the same, even though our numbers got a little bigger. 11 minus 4 is 7. Excellent. And what should our denominator be? It stays the same, 15. Very good. Okay, let's skip down to letter J, but you need to do F, G, and H and I on your own. So letter J, we have 13/23 minus 9/23. So I start with my numerator. 13 minus 9 is 4. Good job. What's my denominator? 23. It stays the same. Very good. Okay, so you're going to do the rest of those, K, L, and M, as well on your own. Let me know if you have any questions about those. Let's look at letter 2, number 2. It says convert the measures. So we have A, B, and C here on the board for you. A says 4 days equals how many hours? Let's set it up together. They gave you a nice blank space for your work so you don't have those numbers to confuse you anymore. So follow exactly the same process that I do here on the board. We set it up by writing what we start with. We start with 4 days. Then we draw a line and we put the unit that we are changing to on the top. The unit that we are changing from on the bottom. Now we write our conversion factor. That's what we call these things, okay, that show how one unit is related to another unit. So how many hours are in a day? 24, very good. 24 hours in one day. Now, do I multiply or do I divide? Well, because my number that is greater than 1 is on the top, I multiply. And put your answer in the blank. Now I have 6 pecks equals how many quarts? So we're going to start by writing what we are changing from, which is pecks. Then we draw a line and put the unit that we are changing to on the top, which is quarts. We know that from our problem. When we know that we're changing from pecks, so we put that on the bottom. Now we write our conversion factor. How are quarts and pecks related? You remember? We just recently got a card for that. Trying to see if I can find it, but I don't see it. There are 8 quarts in 1 peck. So now because my number that's greater than 1 is on the top, do I multiply or do I divide? I multiply, very good. Okay, and the last one. 12 quarts equals how many gallons? Let's set it up. We write 12 quarts, because that's what we start with. Then we draw our line. We're going 2 gallons, and we're changing from quarts. So gallons on the top, quarts on the bottom. What is our conversion factor? 4 quarts in 1 gallon. This time my number that's greater than 1 is on the bottom. So what do? I divide, very good. And you'll write the answer in the blank. Okay, turn over your page now. And let's look at number 3, solve the story problems. Mrs. Collins spent $39.27 at the grocery store. How much change did she get back from $50? Okay, when you get change from a store, that's getting your cambio when you're comprando en una tienda. So change is your cambio that you get. So she gave him $50. But what she was buying only was $39.27. So how do I find cambio? It's really easy. You subtract what she paid with how much her things cost. So you subtract $39.27 from $50, and your answer with your dollar sign and decimal point is how much cambio she should get. Make sure you put that in workspace A and solve for that problem. Letter B says, Isabella and Aiden are decorating name tags for Vacation Bible School. They have 7 tables with 8 children sitting at each table. How many name tags will they decorate? So we know from the story problem that they have 7 tables. There are 8 kids at each table. So that's 7 groups of 8. How do we figure out what 7 groups of 8 are? We multiply, very good. 8 times, excuse me, something caught in my throat. 8 times 7 to find out how many name tags they need, because that will tell me how many children they need a name tag for. All right, number 4, write the products. Make sure you don't forget your dollar sign and decimal point in your answer for A. Number 5 says fill in the missing sign. So this means your multiplication sign, your division sign, addition or subtraction. You need to write in whichever one will solve it and make it true. For example, you have, let's see, in the first one, make sure you can see that, okay. You have 8 then you have your box, then you have 4 equals 32. So you need to decide what will solve it. What if I put addition? 8 plus 4 equals 32. Is that true? No, 8 plus 4 is 12. So nope, it's not plus. How about 8 minus 4? No, 8 minus 4 is 4. So nope, it's not minus. How about divided by 4? 8 divided by 4 is 2. So nope, still not right. How about 8 times 4? 8 times 4 is 32, so that is correct. That's all you have to do to solve these problems. Number 6 says, write the times. Be careful because not all the times are a multiple of 5. So here's your first clock, what it looks like, okay? So here it is, and nice and big. It says you need to write what time it is. So first, let's look at the hour. The hour hand is in between 7 and 8. When your hour hand is in the middle between two numbers, what hour is it? Is it the bigger number or the smaller number? It's the smaller number because your hour hand is traveling around the clock like this. And so as it travels, it goes towards the bigger number. But as time passes, it starts at the smaller number. Not until it gets to the bigger number is it that hour. So if it hasn't gotten to the 8 yet, it's not yet 8. The hour is still 7. Now let's look very carefully at the minute hand. The minute hand is not on the 7. It's right in front of the 7. So I know that with my minutes, starting here at 12 is 0. So that would be 7 o'clock. 7:05, 7:10, 7:15, 7:20, 7:25, 7:30, but I'm not quite at 7:35. So now I count by ones until I get to where my minute hand is. So 31, 32, 33, 34. So the hour is 7:34. All right, and I want you to do the very same thing with letter B. Number 7 says write the answers to the measures. If you need any help with those, then you can ask me and I will be happy to help you, okay? I hope that you have a great day and let me know if you have any questions. Love you guys very, very much. Bye.